Hi, this is Pastor Bob, and welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Nashville, Tennessee. I hope you're having good weather where you live, too. We've had a lot of rain, as we have around the United States, and many of you around the world are experiencing the same thing. But I didn't come today to talk about the weather. You know, I want to talk mostly to guys today, and I want to give you a little bit of a rebuke. I got a very interesting email from a guy that said, I can't understand why after all of these years I can't find a wife. He said, I've been looking for a wife for a long time. It's even difficult to find a date. And he said, why are good girls and girls that are willing to date you so few and far between? He said, what's wrong with women today? Well, I get a lot of those kinds of letters, and a lot of you that are listening to me are frustrated because you're trying to find a mate as well. But you know, there's really one good rule of thumb that I think every guy ought to have, and that is that you need to become the kind of guy that the woman you're looking for is looking for. Does that make sense? Here's the scenario. There are a lot of guys out there, and you may be one of them, sitting in front of your computer screen way too many hours of the day, playing way too many video games, you know, involved with things that just are time wasters a lot of times. Your cleanliness isn't good. Your grooming isn't good. You've let yourself go. You're not that attractive. You don't have that many things to say because you're not feeding your mind with anything, you know, intellectually stimulating, and you're not the kind of guy that most women are looking for. There, I said it. Now, I know that's hard for some of you to hear, but it's really true. And folks, you know, to think that a woman is going to come along and see a guy that isn't taking care of himself, that is preoccupied with video games and things that, you know, in the long run really don't matter, and is a little nerdy sometimes, possibly, you know, and to think that, you know, the woman is going to think, wow, this guy is such a prize. I think I'm going to try as hard as I can to date him. It's not going to happen. Now, you know, sometimes desperate people marry desperate people. But wouldn't it be nice not to have to be desperate? You know, for both of you, for male and female. Wouldn't it be great if you really became the kind of person that another one wants to marry? Now, let's talk about it from a spiritual aspect. You know, that's part of it, but the spiritual part is something else too. You know, everyone is looking for someone to complete them, and that's what marriage is really all about. You don't marry someone that's exactly like you. You marry someone that completes you. That's important. And the things that you're good at will become the strengths for somebody that's not good at it. And the things that you suck in, you know, your spouse will be good at and help you with. And you know, that's what marriage is all about. And when you're working towards that kind of goal, then you realize that you really need to perfect the things that you're good at and be ready to give them away. And in a spiritual aspect, guys, you need to be a spiritual leader. Now, I didn't say to dominate spiritually. I said to be a spiritual leader. And what is a leader? A leader becomes a servant. You know, my dad once told me that the greatest thing you can ever do with your wife is to help her find her spiritual gifts and make sure that she's able to use them. Give her every opportunity to use them. I thought that was the greatest advice. And I think that's true with all of us. Folks, it's really important that all of us are using our spiritual gifts, that we're flowing in them, those things that we're passionate about, that we have an outlet for them and we're using them. And, you know, that's the job of a spouse, to be able to accentuate those things within us, to see them and to do that. But somebody that's pre-absorbed, somebody that is just, spending 10 hours a day playing video games, not really involved with much else, isn't going to be ready to do the kinds of things that marriage requires. Now, I know some of you are upset with what I'm saying right now, but I want you to think about it. And I don't want to get any more mail from you guys who say, I just don't understand why women aren't interested. Really take a look at your life. And once again, are you becoming, or are you the kind of guy that a woman is looking for to marry? And if you're not, become that guy. Be all that you can be. It isn't putting on somebody else, it's being everything that you can be personally. God bless you. Have a great day.